Surah Al-Humaza, the Gossipmonger, is the 104th chapter of the Holy Qur'an. In this surah, Allah Almighty highlights the negative traits of three types of people who will face severe consequences in the hereafter. Firstly, Allah Almighty mentions the Humaza, or the gossipmonger, who indulges in spreading rumors and malicious talk. This person is consumed by his desire to gather and share information, regardless of its accuracy or harmful effects on others. Secondly, Allah Almighty refers to the Lumaza, or the slanderer, who engages in backbiting and defamation. This individual delights in tarnishing the reputation of others, causing harm to their relationships and communities. Lastly, Allah Almighty highlights the wealth accumulator, who prioritizes material wealth above all else, even if it means violating Allah's commandments. This person's obsession with wealth leads them down a path of greed and disobedience. The consequences of these negative traits are elaborated upon in the following verses of the surah. Allah Almighty warns that those who engage in such behaviors will face severe punishment in the hereafter, including being thrown into the fires of hell. The surah consists of 9 verses, each emphasizing the importance of living a righteous life, free from gossip, slander, and greed. By following Allah's commandments and avoiding these negative traits, one can avoid the consequences of their actions and attain a better life in the hereafter.
ويل لكل همزة لمزة.
With the name of Allah, the extremely beneficent, the extremely merciful. Alas to every backbiter and slanderer. Ron 104.
الذي جمع مالا وعدده.
Who has collected wealth and he has counted it.
يحسب أن ماله أخلده.
He thinks that his wealth will make him immortal.
كلا لينبذن في الحطمة.
Not at all. He will surely be thrown into the smasher.
وما أدراك ما الحطمة.
And what have you knowledge? What is the smasher? 104:5.
نار الله الموقدة.
It is the fire of Allah to beat severely.
التي تطلع على الأفئدة.
Which will rise up on the heart, mind, and soul.
إنها عليهم مؤصدة.
Indeed, hellfire will be closed over on them. 104:80.
في عمد ممددة.
In extended columns. Here's a comprehensive brief explanation of the 9 verses. Alas, to every backbiter and slanderer. 104:1. This verse laments the fate of those who engage in malicious gossip and slander, indicating that they will face severe consequences for their actions. Who has collected wealth and he had counted it. 104:2. The second verse describes the wealth accumulator who not only collects wealth, but also keeps track of it meticulously, He thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. 104:3. The third verse highlights the misconception of the wealth accumulator, who believes that his wealth will grant him eternal life. Not at all. He will surely be thrown into the smasher. 104:4. The fourth verse refutes the wealth accumulator's belief, stating that he will, in fact, be thrown into the smasher, a fiery pit of punishment. And what have you knowledge? What is the smasher? 104:5. The fifth verse questions the wealth accumulator's understanding of the smasher, implying that he is ignorant of its true nature. It is the fire of Allah to beat severely. 104:6. The sixth verse reveals the true nature of the smasher, describing it as a fierce fire sent by Allah that will severely punish those who have accumulated wealth in a sinful manner, which will rise up on the heart, mind, and soul. 104:7. The seventh verse explains that the smasher will not only punish the wealth accumulator's body, but also his heart, mind, and soul, indicating a comprehensive and severe punishment. Indeed, hellfire will be closed over on them. 104:8. The eighth verse emphasizes that the punishment in the smasher will be intense and unrelenting, with the hellfire enclosing the sinners from all sides. In extended columns. 104:9. The final verse describes the hellfire as being arranged in extended columns, suggesting a vast and terrifying landscape of punishment that awaits those who have lived a life of sin and disobedience. In summary, these 9 verses convey a powerful message about the consequences of engaging in negative behaviors such as gossip, slander, and greed. They emphasize the importance of living a righteous life, free from such vices, in order to avoid the severe punishment that awaits those who disobey Allah's commandments.